I had to do a review on P-Zang, world's #1 Yasuo. He's got a new build on the champion. Pretty explosive, it might surprise you. And this guy is just always a pleasure to watch. Several 1K LP Challenger accounts. The man knows what he's doing. Today, he's up against no other than Chovy up in the top lane here. You can see Chovy playing Annie, P-Zang playing Yasuo. And I'll get in and fix the scoreboard for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are a little bit OCD as he runs in. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. Oi, you. Yeah, you. Are you bored of League of Legends and looking for a new game to try? Maybe something to fill the long queue times? Then look no further than today's sponsor. Of course, it's Raid Shadow Legends. One of my favorite games to play. Of course, you've heard of Raid, but today I'll be giving you a brief overview of some of the new things on offer and some of the classic features and bosses that we all know and love. And instead of hearing it from rusty old level 17 me, I've just got word we are lucky enough to have no other than Professor Death Knight, one of the Raid history teachers right now. He is doing his rounds. We're very lucky to have him, and he's going to be running us first through the live PvP arena.
Professor Death Knight here with a lesson about live arena, the new PvP mode where you can fight against other players in real time. Sounds terrifying? Well, so's going to the dentist. You should still do it. Live Arena has a draft feature where you can pick and ban champions to fight for you. Teamwork. When you win matches, you'll get Live Arena crests towards unlocking special area bonuses, or so I hear. I'm too afraid to try any of this out. Alright class, any questions?
Yes, Professor, over here, what is your battle strategy for the live arena?
Well, everyone thinks I'll go in fighting, but nobody expects my charm. My best strength is the gift of gab. So when they try to attack, I'll just be like, nice weather we're having, eh? Nobody will see it coming. I hope you use this knowledge you've gained here today about Live Arena to head off and do battle. Live! Make this whole Dead Bones Professor proud, folks. Class dismissed. Do we have a bell? Oh, we should totally get a bell.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Death Knight, for the lesson. But that's not all, gents. Raid Call of the Arbiter is in full swing right now. To celebrate this epic limited series, Raid's adding some of the new characters in the series as the champions you can play within the game. The first one is Artak, a mighty orc warlord, who's going to be available to everyone for free. Just log into Raid for 7 days between now and July 24th. So with all this cool, new, exciting stuff coming to Raid, what are you waiting for? Link down in the description below. Go and play the game or use that QR code on screen right now. You'll be also getting a starter pack to all brand new players, getting a bunch of cool loot. Let's get into it. As you see them going head to head in the early game, I know Chovy knows who P-Zang is. He always comments about the #1 Yasuo. I think a lot of the Korean players have a lot of respect for these one tricks like Irel King and P-Zang, a few more. They have a lot of respect, and when they're learning these champions, as we E-start auto, oh my god, it's clean. Gets that passive, ease back into the wave. And I actually think that sometimes Yasuo Yone, they're better top lane, more than mid, because mid lane matchups are so damn hard. This champion can utilize the long lane, as it's a good ward here by Chovy. Always as a top laner, I know TFBlade used to talk to me about it, that the ward in the top lane bush is so important, because the good top laners will continuously hover in and out of it. So if you can get like a laner, like a support to come up and ward your brush early, you can actually make the difference between winning and losing the lane. As we take a tower shot there from P-Zang, oh my god. These Q autos are so hard to deal with. And now we have to really respect this Annie. This Annie could flash W at any point. Q goes wide, back up, back up, back up. All about spacing here. As we do hit level 3. Trying to get that Q into the E out that he's known for. Can he land the Q? Can he land it? Q goes in. It goes wide. And that bush is watered. He should be able to remember it. So he hit the base and maybe TP back in. Chovy. Not going to get the base stop. It's going to shove... Ooh. Both laners are fake basing. Chovy doesn't know P-Zang is still here. And let's see. We have to... If we don't... It's going to come back because the wave is situated on that side. It's going to come back to P-Zang. So he is going to go for the base into the TP, but he should have done it initially, and now it's a little bit awkward. I actually really enjoy seeing these two mids go head-to-head in the top lane. It's mid lane in the top lane. Arguably, it's a more isolated role. Isolated lane. So now we have an advantage, okay? If we can hit level 4, we have an item advantage with P-Zang. We go in, win more, auto. Level 4, Q is dodged. And now it's actually really good for P-Zang here because Chovy needs to get the wave in, can't get it in. If he wants to get in, he'll overextend. And he has to TP back in. P-Zang going for it, auto. Gets it. Oh. No way he gets that solo. And just like that, free solo kill. Chovy disrespects the Yasuo pick. And we're going to be able to get that in. He's going to be able to TP back in. Maybe he's not going to be able to pull this wave either. So P-Zang able to go home. Does he have enough for Zerka Greaves? Not quite, I think. Yeah, unlucky. So close to the Zerka Greaves rush. That would have been sick. We'll run back up into the top lane. The Chovy, bit of a disappointing MSI. The poor fella, you know, the LPL was just hot and LCK was not. So I'm hoping we get a bounce back performance by him at Worlds, but as I just noticed, we have T1 Gumi Yushi in this game. I think we have Zeka, world champion, on the Cassante. This is a very high elo game. Of course, you got Bro Morgan. Let's see how this lane progresses. The Yasuo build, I'm not going to spoil it. You probably already know from the thumbnail. We do incorporate the Gale Force. I did see P-Zang running Gale Force a while back, but it makes so much more sense now with the item. The shield bow now, obviously not a mythic. You can build it later on in the build. But with the crit changes to IE, etc., a lot of people didn't really know whether Yasuo and Yone would be stronger or weaker, but champions, in my opinion, they still look very strong. It's just you shy away from that IE early. As we miss the Q. We get level 6 though. Are we able to clutch it? And Chovy gonna bounce back with a solo kill of his own. 1 for 1 here up in the top lane. You can see them two going head to head. And way overzealous here from the Yasuo. And we just... It's Annie, bro. We can't move up into Annie. This wave is going to be missed. We'll speed you back up into the wave. Still no Zerkers. Goes double daggers. And the wave will also come straight back and crash. We have Lost Chapter against triple daggers here in the top lane. Annie, she wants to try and get the Viego to hover the wave. He knows he's going to come in. Let's see. P-Zang once again might get baited here. Let's see if he can get a 2v1 play. Ult lands, doesn't opt to use it. Make sure to get the cannon though, and he's going to have to try and hustle back to the Nidalee. Let's see if he's able to get anything. EQR gets one, looking for 2 now, goes back in, slices that and gets the double. Going to move in for the wave and the plate. Holy, I love the way he played that. Didn't even need his flash. Didn't need anything. Cops it. And now the Kale will try and come up into the top lane here. Huge lead for P-Zang. Running away with almost 1,000 gold lead. Hit that base. I think Kale can stop it though. Bit awkward. Kale performing very well right now. Love playing it in the top lane. You can play it mid also, but top lane I think a little bit better. Mages have a field day against it. We come back into base now. We get that Noon Quiver. First item actually builds. We go Storm Razor into Gale Force. And then I've seen him do things like the Shield Bow coming out next. I've seen him go actually for a little bit of Bruiser setup sometimes. Blade of the Ruin King is a great item as well. And you should start to see him utilize this. Attack damage, of course attack speed. Don't need that crit in the early game. We used to see the Yasuos, they go for the Zeal, they'd sit on it for the crit, but that Noon Quiver buy is extremely clutch here, as I don't really know if the Kale wants to try and deal with this in the top lane. Let's see. Gonna clear out. Maybe try and even look for the proxy. That dodge. You can distract the Kale and get between the waves. Can't actually get the wave though. So he's gonna have to try and let it shove through it. It will bounce, but it might take a second is the problem. Waiting patiently. P-Zang the moment. I think his main, this account's like 1200 LP challenger. I think he has another challenger account at 1000, and maybe his other Smurf is like 800-900. Maybe he even has a fourth account. It's a little bit of a him versus a Rel King to have a little bit of a challenge going to see how many challenger accounts they can have in the season. 4 to 5 is almost impossible to maintain. That doesn't land. I wonder if that landed, he would have taken that. Morgan getting shoved through. Chovy trying to make an impact on the other side of the map. So we quickly look across. Gumayushi sitting very pretty here. P-Zang will just simply take on the wave as the Kale kills the Krugs through. And I want to see him look for this solo. You need to poke it out, bait the ultimate. Cameraman. Doesn't end up taking that. Now he's going to try and look for the proxy. He needs to either bait the Kale out or simply bait the ultimate where he can look for the dive. Gonna miss that plate, I think. Oh, that was beautiful. Cancels the back. Win wall. That plate. Look at the plate. He wants the plate so bad. Move in and grab it. Take the plate, then dash through the wave. Here we go. Yes. Tanking though. E. Okay. Yes. Oh, the EQ. The flash. Coming through. Kale makes his way. Windwall into the ult. Whoa. That was clean. And Morgan goes down. P-Zang picking up his 4th kill of the game. What do they call it? The Beyblade? Or the Keyblade? Yasuo fetish mains always know the terms. The EQ flashed on the wave so the Kale couldn't react. I don't know the name, don't really care. Yasuo mains are, I mean, EQ flashed. I'm not calling it you stupid little Beyblade crap. He gets that, and we're going to make our way towards Storm Razor here. Pick up that beautiful item here. Giving the Energize attacks. You're getting that magic damage, of course. Get 45% movement speed, and you'll see here as he slices through the wave. You can get on top of Chovy. He is rinsed. Let's see. Can't quite get it. 20% crit as well. It's okay for the Yas, obviously, but it's more this energized effects because you're moving so fast, you're able to stack it up. And the Viego, once again, they're going to look for this bait play. Let's see. Chovy moves through. Wouldn't be surprised if he just pulls ultimate as soon as he sees it. Right now. Can we win wall? We win wall. We win wall with Viego damage, but Viego makes his way in. We don't have flash. Remember, we used it earlier. And we will go down, give the bounty over to Viego. And that's not what we wanted here with the Yasuo. The bounty comes through. Gumayushi procs that ghost. Oh my god, this is going to be a fun game to watch. Also, just because we have Guma on Jinx with a Milo. And I haven't checked in on how Rel has been performing since the mid-scope. I assume pretty well, but it always takes a little bit as Chovy takes a little bit of first strike damage. First strike gold. Well, straight run for the top lane wave. And maybe even get another plate. You should know that ward's there from previously. Bless me. Please bless me in the comments. Otherwise, I'll be cursed. Why do people say bless you when you sneeze? What does it mean? Why are you blessing me with what? Well, I might actually like this. I might like this a lot. Yes? Never mind. As we lane swap back. Finally back into the mid lane. It hasn't really been too much head-to-head with Chovy as the Viego looking for the stun. Really good to try and bait that. Windwall comes through. Nidalee gonna hover. EQ. Hits that ultimate. Kale ult comes through though. And P-Zang dropping low. Viego picks it up. Huge misplay. And the Kale grabs that kill for herself. So with the Viego. And Gumayushi's rocket runs wide. That is not good. We need to pick up the pace. Enemy team making a comeback here. It's still early days. Get Chovy. I will not yield. He'll die. Oh, the stopwatch. He will die though, I think. Has to use absolutely everything to try and live. Does live there, but blows the flash. As we know on Annie, not ideal. Make our way towards the bot side. This Kayle is really starting to worry me. I know how strong Kayle is at the moment. If this champion continuously scales, we're in for a bad time. Luckily, P-Zang can block all the damage with his wind wall. Let's see if he's able to do it during a team fight. Of course, wind wall blocks all damage coming. They're not all damage, but the auto attacks the Kayle is just rendered useless, I believe. As we'll pop around, look for that flank here. Nothing available. Is that his whole team? 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. 4 for none. 4 for none. Are you kidding? And all P-Zang can do here is shove through. His team's at fault. They shouldn't have overextended. And this is going to be rough. He's sitting on 1,300 gold. He's going to try and make his way towards the Gale Force now. And of course, with the Gale Force, you have so many more cool combos you can look for. He's actually going to TP in for the wave. Enemy Philios staying in the game. You still have Gumi Yushi with the Milo. And you still have P-Zang on Yasuo, but enemy team is caught up in gold. 2 dragons. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be a little bit rough here for the blue team. Without something like the Gragas or the Nautilus for an engage route. You've only got what knockups do you have? Milo, Cassante? Does Milo's Q? Surely. The little bubble thing. Pick up these chickens. Wait, where is this thing? God damn it, P-Zang. I swear monsters reset so strangely these days. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Radiohead's ramped up. I don't know who is Radiohead. I had him in my Korean games and he entered me so hard. I think it's a pro player or a former pro player. And I'm just waiting to see this Gale Force come through for the extra combos. It's Kayle's level 12 and starting to really ramp up. Just watch this champion. I know Nemesis played a lot of AP Kayle, but this Wit's End, this on-hit setup, I really don't hate. What is he going to go? Wit's End? Into what? Nash's Rage Blade? I don't know. Oh, Cassante. Cassante. You give another one over to Morgan. And now the red team, huge gold lead. Guma's picking up some kills in the mid lane though. Gets 2. Looking for 3rd. Forces the flash through. Auto. Can he get one more? Cannot reach it. As P-Zang gonna have to try and take out Morgan. Let's see if he's able to get it done. Ults. Wait. Oh, that Gale Force. He has the Gale Force there to finish. And here we go. 2 items. This is the items I'm talking about. Storm Razor into Gale Force. This is when you can start having a little bit of fun on the champ. You definitely need some lifesteal up next though. Usually, you'd sit on... How much gold are we sitting on? We have 1,200. We need a Vamp Scepter or something here. You can't sustain on Yasuo. Like, the crits are good, but you need something to sustain with. As we head back, 200 gold bounty on our head. 10 CS per minute. Very good game here from P-Zang. Still a couple of key mistakes though, right? As he does get that Vamp Scepter, as I was saying. Probably going to go... Could you go... Has a null magic, which means he's either going for Wit's End or a Hex Drinker. Means I don't think you can go Shield Bow and with a Hex, right? Interesting to see what he builds out here. Dragon coming up. Let's have a look. 22 seconds. Should be a pretty easy. If I'm red team, I give this dragon fight. I allow Kayle to get to level 16 by the next fight, and then we just take the win. Giving objectives in solo queue is sometimes such a good decision to make, and people just get in this fetish of contesting every objective. As let's see how P-Zang lands it. Q lands on the rel. Cassante Huge bounty. Knock up lands. This is a really good fight here for blue team. Look at the Chovy trying to get an angle for the stun. Not going to be able to land it. Gets onto Kasane. This is just a bit awkward. Take the dragon, heal up. Hopefully enemy team doesn't contest it. They should go down mid. Okay, we have a chance. I like it. We're with a shot. That's all you need. Clean up those side lane waves. I love Chovy. Chovy has such good positioning. He's like just sitting off of the slightly off vision. Or Skirmishes. 10 CS per minute. Always a carry threat. Level 14 Kale looking for the wraparound. Does Guma have an angle? You have Milo standing over him. Beautiful Milo ult. That's how you use it. Kale takes out Guma, takes out Nidalee, and you can see this power pick absolutely starting to decimate. Here comes Guma. Sorry, here comes P-Zang with the Yasuo. Still has that ultimate and flash available, but not going to be able to find an angle here. Enemy team looking to pick up the Baron. And this might have to be a 3v5. Let's see if they look for it. I think the option is definitely don't do it. And they are going to take my advice, thankfully. It's only 2k separating the teams. I just think Guma should be able to carry this game if he gets enough of a gap. You can see level 14 now for P-Zang. What's the next item going to be? Let's see. How much is he sitting on? 1100 gold. Does get that Hex Drinker, which means he is going for the more. And maybe using that Vamp Scepter for something a little bit later on. Maybe Blade. Can't be going the shield bow. Red buff sharing is available if we want it, but we're not going to be able to get that. We're just going to run it down mid and look for the fight. Let's see if they're able to find anything. And let me know in the comments down below if you think there's a better build for Yasuo at the moment. Maybe you think it's better actually on Yone. I love Gale Force on the champion because it's such a cheesy move and a lot of people don't expect it. Okay. We move through, looking to try and pick up the Annie. That's a huge win wall. That's a huge win wall. Did he try and Gale Force there? What was that combo? He just gets stun locked. It's over. That's the problem with playing Yasuo in these team fights. Guma trying to fire off. Flashes in from Viego on the Yasuo. And Guma's going to go down. Double kill over the red team. And man, we're just not able to find any angles for this champion. If we're playing with a Gragas or something with the knock-up, definitely much easier, but Viego should be able to clutch. That is a little bit disappointing. They're going to come through, grab the inhib. Can't end the game, of course, but it's our dragon time. We're at 2 minutes until next dragon. Let's see if blue team can hold on. The scaling for Nidalee and Cassante into this comp is not the greatest. We're really going to have to see Jinx or the Yasuo scaling and 1v9 the game. I prefer Yone always when recommending either Yasuo or Yone. I think it's just an easier champion for newer players to learn, inexperienced, but there's just something that feels right about playing a nice, clean Yasuo. There's so little good Yasuos in the game, so if you're able to be a Yasuo one-trick and pull it off, it just feels so much better. Who the hell can't play? Yone's piss easy. Like, we can all play Yone. Let's see. Guma has flash. So do we on the Yasuo. Let's see if we're able to find the angle. Rel is hovering. Level 16. Oh, no. Kale, level 16. If we can't take him down, we are screwed. Rel looks for the engage. Okay. Still holding that win wall. An enemy team may have overexerted themselves here. Dragon in 50 seconds. P-Zang looks like he just wants to go and farm. He's not really fixated on this fight at the moment. Doesn't want to look for it desperately. Probably wants Jinx at 3 or 4 items. Maybe they'll give the dragon over. Can smell the salt. There's that, dude. One of my neighbors must be smoking up one of this sausage sizzle. Nothing better than the smell of a snag on a barbie with a little bit of onion. Damn. And that brings me back to my childhood. Only Australians will know what I'm talking about. But if you know, you know. The cheeky old bunny snag. How much do bunny snags even cost these days? They'd be about, what? Back in my day, man, they'd be about $1.50, but I don't know what they are now. Sane thinks he's found the Annie. P-Zang has a full level, but this Kale is 270 CS at 25 minutes in. Thank you, Zeka, for stopping the minions. Stop my base! As he gets... You can see now, he has that more of Malmortius completed. I don't know. We're gonna need a miracle here to come through. I'm liking the build. It seems fun, but I just don't know if this is gonna be able to carry this type of game. Oh, he thinks he's found a flank onto... No, we're in such an awkward spot here. Wind wall comes through. Double stun. Did that Everfrost go through the wind wall? That's not fair. And that is a little bit awkward. GG. It's probably going to be a GG with a 40-second death time. They'll be able to slowly squeeze out that base. As we come into the late game, this may be our last 1v1. We move in, looking for the 1v1 up against Chovy. The double stun comes through. The Gale Force, you can see EQ, that is a clean 1v1. And if his team's able to hold out in here, we're able to go straight through. Hey, hey. Trying to heal up a little bit there. His team needs to hold on here. Guma needs to try and do something crazy as P-Zang gets the split. And the Kale is just going to run through this team. P-Zang on the rage split. He'll base. Kale is this Morgan is just absolutely... So what did he go? He went Wit's End, Nash's, Riftmaker, Rylai's. Got one Yasuo against the world. I don't think he's even going to waste his KDA. Pops that Stoppy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. That's the game. That's the build. It didn't really work out. I can't always carry. I can't always cover the wins. Sometimes you got to cover a loss. I thought it was a pretty entertaining game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.